Salina hosted the State Volleyball Championships, and there were some great performances by teams from Western Kansas. In 3A, we had the semifinals between Wichita Collegiate Spartans and Kismit Southwestern Heights Mustangs. It was clear that both teams came with one goal in mind: to win state. Wichita Collegiate did a great job of applying pressure in the first game, and despite Southwestern Heights' best efforts, the game went to the Spartans 25-22. The second game was even more fierce. Wichita Collegiate got up to a quick lead, but the Mustangs reasserted themselves, letting the Spartans know it would not be that easy. The score was tied for most of the game, but Kismit managed to pull ahead to take the second game of 25-23. The third game was tense, although not as much of a nail-biter as the second. Halfway through, the Spartans established a solid lead, and with a series of well-played blocks and spikes hedged out Southwestern Heights for a 25-18 win, earning themselves a shot at the championship in the process. Meanwhile, in the adjacent court, the Phillipsburg Panthers brought their A game against the Richmond Central Heights Vikings. Both teams played a ferocious first game. Phillipsburg matched the Vikings point for point, and conversely, Central Heights always managed to eke out a small advantage. However, Phillipsburg was able to turn the tide and take the first game with a very close 25-23 win. The second game was no less exciting, although it became clear that Phillipsburg still had plenty of energy. After eliminating the Vikings' early lead, they went on to take the second game, 25-16. The consolation match may as well have been for the championship, as the Kismit Southwestern Heights Mustangs and the Richmond Central Heights Vikings played 3 action-packed sets. The Mustangs maintained a small lead throughout most of the first game, one that they managed to extend as they took the first set 25-19. But the second set was a different story, as the Vikings refused to go quietly into the night. This game was played to a grueling 28 points as the Central Heights managed to outplay the Mustangs. Third game, both teams played fiercely and appeared to be very evenly matched. But in the end, the Kismit Southwestern Heights Mustangs pulled ahead with a narrowing 26-24, taking the third place spot. Now for the final, as two teams of very determined young women faced off for their state championship. Phillipsburg had carried its momentum into the match, but Wichita Collegiate had demonstrated a nearly insurmountable aerial game. First game, Phillipsburg started out strong, but soon it became clear that they would have to dig deep. Wichita Collegiate established a solid lead, and although Phillipsburg got into a hot streak, it was not enough to take the first game. The second game was much the same. As the Panthers' energy began to wane, the Spartans only became more determined. With strong performances from senior Cassidy Clark and junior Christine Estilo, the second game went to Wichita, placing them as state champions with Phillipsburg in second place. In 4A, Abilene took fourth place after a strong performance in pool play, defeating Paola and Girard with one loss against state champs Lenexa St. James Academy.